when his hair began to grow. However, the hair on his head began to grow again after it had been shaven. Judges chapter 16 and verse 22. The life of Samson, a judge of Israel, as recorded in Judges chapter 13 to 16, is an astounding account. Samson's birth was announced to his mother by an angel of the Lord, and he was specifically called out to be a Nazirite, set apart for God from birth. As Samson grew older, the Spirit of the Lord rested on him with such power that he could destroy his enemies with the jawbone of a donkey and could walk off from those who waited in ambush by picking up the doors of the gate of the city, the 2 gate posts, bar and all, on his bare shoulders. He even destroyed the fields of the Philistines with 300 foxes which he tied tail to tail with a torch of fire between their tails. However, Samson's fascination for women and his desire to have women who did not fear the Lord led to his downfall. When he met Delilah, his emotions were so weakened that he was ensnared to reveal to her the truth of him being a Nazirite, set apart for God from birth, and was never to shave the hair of his head. When this secret was revealed to the Philistines by Delilah, the consequence was inevitable. The Philistines shaved off Samson's hair, bound him with bronze fetters, gouged his eyes out, and made him a grinder in prison. The Spirit of the Lord left Samson when he disobeyed God's command and allowed his hair to be shaved. However, as Samson languished in prison, God's grace was revealed again to Samson when the hair on his head began to grow. As the Philistines celebrated their victory over Samson in the temple of their God, Samson pleaded with God to have mercy on him for one last time. As 3,000 people mocked and jeered at Samson, the Lord in his mercy heard his cry, and the Spirit of the Lord came down with power on Samson. As Samson stood, his hands tied between 2 pillars, God's power rested on him so mightily that he demolished the entire structure and razed it to the ground. Samson died along with the Philistines, but only after the Lord graciously gave him victory over his enemies, for the people he killed at death were far more than the ones he did in his life. Samson's life is a reminder to us that God's grace is indeed available to all of us, in spite of all our sin and rebellion. But may we never take His grace for granted. Titus chapter 2 verses 11 and 12 cautions us, "For God has revealed His grace for the salvation of the whole human race." That grace instructs us to give up ungodly living and worldly passions to live self-controlled, upright and godly lives in this world. Have a blessed day.